This is going. Yep. Hey, fellas, ladies, I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. Just had a little team meeting with our guys and typical first game, just had a few extra questions we had to go over and review for our schedule. We had a Thursday morning practice. We'll normally get off the field and have a travel meeting before we let them go. And then they're off basically this afternoon and this evening. And then home games will start back in the afternoon. Unlike it is during the course of the week, our practice on Fridays will be in the afternoon like we are. And we'll have that kind of whether it's home game or away game. We practice during the week on mornings on the morning schedule. So Friday to get us acclimated for Saturday is just a little bit different. But excited about this group. From a health standpoint, really, other than the guys that we knew weren't going to be out for the last couple of weeks, shouldn't have any surprises. I know Bret shared that there are some guys that have been reported out. That'd be news to me. There's not anybody that that I'm aware of that won't be with us on Saturday at this point to do what we need to do. So I'm very excited for this group, and we'll answer some questions.
Hey, Bret, in-person recruiting again with games around it. It's a unique opportunity with you guys. It's the only Big Ten team. What do you think this weekend could be for you guys recruiting-wise? You
know, Jeremy, twofold. So because of the early kick, right, a week zero kick, we actually are afforded a few extra opportunities as well in the recruiting world. We can actually start to contact 23s and 22s a little bit earlier than anybody else. So that'll actually start on the clock tonight at midnight or for tomorrow. Allows us to contact certain players that are going to be here on unofficial visits. So a little advantage for us. And that's quite honestly why I jumped at the opportunity next year to be in week zero again. We'll have all the same opportunities that we're getting right now to play in week zero will be afforded to us next year when we play Wyoming, and then basically the exact same schedule. But I think just a bigger picture, right? Like even before I got here, you know, they hadn't had fall visitors. They hadn't had spring visitors the spring before that because of COVID. It's been a long time since we've had a normal full-fledged recruiting weekend that we'll have this weekend on Saturday. And then you throw that on top of one of the NCAA rules now allows, you know, current prospects and recruits to visit with alumni that are on campus. That rule didn't exist several years ago. And to have the 2001 reunion clean come back, and Coach Turner himself will be our guest captain to speak to our team. It's just, there's a lot of positives to this weekend, and that being one of them.
Thanks, Bret.
Hey, Bret, good afternoon. You're obviously about to go on SportsCenter. What kind of opportunity does that present for you as a head coach of this program to really kind of sell your program on a national scale?
You know what? The one thing I've learned in this profession, right? You obviously can do certain things on game day to get your program in front of a national audience. And by that, I mean any game day, not just ESPN, but Fox, CBS, NBC, whatever it is. But the amount of exposures kind of even this week, I've done a little bit more radio in certain markets, certain areas. The name of the game is recruiting, right? That's probably what drives my decisions to do media more than anything. To reach our fan base, we want to get as many people as we can in Memorial, but a lot of recruits watch SportsCenter, right? And whether they get to see this segment that I'm going to be on or whether or not they get a chance, I make sure that they'll see it through some form of social media through us, right? They'll get it in some capacity. And then just a chance for our fans also, right? Like I love hearing from different people since I've met here that, you know, I know there's no more water coolers in this world we're in, but to have that water cooler talk in their place of work, they can sit around their buddies. They can be in Chicago and, you know, have 4 Illini grads talking a little bit of smack to some Nebraska grads and some Iowa guys and some Michigan guys, some Michigan State, some Ohio State, some Northwestern, Indiana, Illinois, Purdue, whatever it is, right? They're all in there throwing around some smack talk, and I think that's a festive thing for all of us.
Bret, any update on Alec Bryant's waiver request?
Yeah, he won't be able to play with us this weekend. The request has been filed, and now we're in obviously a holding pattern until they get back to us.
Thanks, Bret. That's all I had.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coach, my question revolves around your uniforms and your helmets. Can you tell us about what went into your thinking?
Yeah, Mike, to be quite honest, I literally, one of the first things I did when I got here in late December was, you know, have a meeting with Trent Chestnut in our equipment room and just looked at what we had, right? And I'd been watching Illinois over the years and looked at all the different uniform combinations. Just asked a couple questions, kind of had some deep thought with myself for a couple days, and then one of the first areas I really wanted to attack was the helmet, right? I looked at all the helmets of the past, looked at what we had done, and then thought about what we could do in the future. Three things jumped out to me. I love the colors orange and blue, right? My wife will tell you, ever since we've known each other, obviously just the last 6 or 7 months we've been here at Illinois, but every place we've ever been together, every house I've moved into with her, I've always wanted an orange room, right? I love the color orange. It's been something that really jumped out to me. And I think we have such a unique opportunity here at the University of Illinois to showcase a color not a lot of people get to do. There's no other orange in the Big Ten. It's very rare in college football. So I wanted to maximize that. That drove me to the orange helmet. And then I love the helmets of the past and different things I've established and seen where some striping down the middle of the helmet just makes it pop a little bit. I love the block eye, and that made us go to the block eye with the white trim. And then the white face mask was kind of something that I just kind of asked when it transitioned out of that, because I remember when I played against Illinois and coached against it, the white face mask and how much it popped. And that working with Trent and his staff, Trent's been absolutely awesome with the uniform design. And we could do a lot of things with a helmet. I couldn't touch the uniform. Nike won't let us do that within a time frame of what I've been here. But I did ask to put the block eye on the pant. So one of the first things we did is took all the pant combinations that we have and put the block eye on there with the trim. And I think it's just really dressed up the uniform. We'll be in white gloves, white socks, white shoes, and that'll kind of be accentuated by the helmet as well. So listen, I just told our guys, I can take care of the uniform, right? I can do certain things, but they have to take care of the uniform, right? I gave it to them. Now they got to represent it, right? Now they're going to go out on the field and hopefully make everybody understand what that uniform represents.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
Hey, Bret, I guess I'm just curious, your personal approach to game week. Are you the guy who stays up late Thursday, Friday night thinking of small tweaks, or are you a guy who kind of steps off at a certain point and understands where you guys are at?
So last night I had a radio show, right? And normally on Wednesdays, your best recruiting nights are Wednesday and Thursday nights. You know, kids are usually home. They got game week coming. So I've typically found, and our coaches will schedule this moving forward from about 8:30 till 10:30, maybe 11:30, a little bit on the West Coast. Those are your prime logged hours for recruiting, right? But because we're in a dead period, we couldn't recruit. So I came back to the office, did a lot of different things. And I was getting out of here last night. It was about a little after midnight. And I was pulling out, and this van, boom, went right in front of me. And it's got like Illini flags hanging on it. And he's got like Christmas lights that are orange and blue in the back all around. It's kind of like a pimped out little car. And it was an Uber. It was an Uber driver that had the Uber sticker, and he had somebody in the back seat in his van, and he about clipped me. Like I wasn't paying attention. He about clipped me, but I saw the flag. So I'm like, I pull up next to this cat at the stoplight. I begin to roll it down. It turns green, so he takes off. So I'm like, I'm going to catch this guy. He pulls in the left lane. He's turning right up here, right before Kirby, and or whatever that road is, where in front of McDonald's there, and whatever that road is. I just go. I don't know what it's called, but I'm standing there, and I roll down the window, and I'm like, I love the flags, and he's looking at me and he waves. He had no idea who the hell I was, right? So like, I was excited to see him giving a little bit of Uber love, displaying the flags on game week, but obviously I didn't make an impression on him. So I thought it was kind of funny. Like I was really excited at midnight to share a little Illini love, but he wasn't excited. So I drove home, and I'm kind of smiling to myself, because the only person I'm going to be able to talk to is my wife when I get home to, talk about the day. And she's like, do you think it'll be this late every Wednesday? And I'm like, yeah, probably. But Thursday and Fridays, after practice on Thursday, we'll come back, have a little Bible study as coaches here this afternoon. We'll meet on our roster. We'll actually have about a 2-hour window of recruiting this afternoon. I try to get my coaches out of here, because they don't usually get out of here before 11 or 12, and they're usually in here at 5 to 5:30 in the morning. So this is the one night they can go home and have dinner with their families. I don't know if I'll get to do that, but get some things done tonight. And then Friday, really, you don't really want to do much tweaking, whether you like the plan or not. It's really not going to do you any good to change it at this point. Just kind of believe in what you're doing and go forward. And I'm excited. I think the anxiety and the pressure, I'm sure, will start to build with certain people, but me, it's kind of, hey, let's just get there. I can't, it's more of the anxiety and pressure to get there than it is what's going to happen when it happens.
Thank you, Bret.
Yep. Somebody got to find that Uber guy, right, at midnight. I don't know who's out and about, but that's the guy I want to know who he is.
Bret, I'm sure everything you have in your pregame routine for yourself and the team is important, but is there something that's especially meaningful before a ball game?
Yeah, so one of the things that we'll do on Saturday morning is we'll have a pregame meal 4 hours out before the meal, right? So we're playing at noon or 12:20, so our meal's at 8:15. Later on, we're going to play at 6:30 against UTSA, so our meal will be at 2:30. One of my favorite moments is to allow one of our coaches or one of our players to give thanks. And I kind of rotate it because I want to hear different people that say things and what they say, right? Like they're speaking from the heart. It's usually a person that I know is usually pretty faith driven. And I love to hear what's coming from their heart. So that's always a special moment. And then I would also say probably the locker room post game is sacred, right? Like I've never allowed cameras in there. I don't allow people to come in and see me before, during, but afterwards, that's a very special moment because we're only guaranteed so many of these opportunities. And I think those moments after a win are very, very special. Obviously, I don't know if that's going to happen on Saturday, but those are moments that I really look forward to.
Paul, go ahead real quick. We got 2 minutes before we got to go on ESPN.
Thank you very much. Hi, Bret. Congratulations on her. Good luck. Just asking, I talked to a lot of Chicago alumni. Everyone's really excited about this. Do you feel that down there as much as they do up here?
Paul, I have been able to feel it everywhere I've been, to be quite honest. Whether I've been in Central Illinois, Southern Illinois, Western, Eastern, Northern, Chicago. I think fans are excited, but, we haven't played a game yet, right? It's easy to get excited about something you've never seen. But I would say this, I hope there's equal excitement after we get done playing. That's what I'm excited for more than anything, because for people to support us, they have to believe in what we're doing and they have to see hope, right? And I'm not sure where we're going to land Saturday post game, but I hope to instill a lot of hope in a lot of people that have been looking forward here in the Illinois program for the immediate future and years to come.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.